Good day, students. This is science class for grade 10, and the name of the chapter which I am going to teach is chapter 6, Life Processes. Kindly take down the points while I am teaching. I have already covered the introduction part of this chapter and also the meaning of life processes. Let me again brush up with what I have done earlier. We have learned the following points: the difference between what is alive and what is not alive. Viruses do not show any molecular movement unless they infect some cell. Need of molecular movements for life. Living creatures keep repairing and maintaining their structures. The maintenance processes in living organisms are nutrition, respiration, digestion, transportation, and excretion. Even when we are just asleep, the maintenance process should go on. The maintenance functions of living organisms must go on even when they are not doing anything. Therefore, the processes which together perform this maintenance job are called the life processes. For the maintenance processes to go on, they need energy. What do they need? They need energy. And this energy comes from the outside of the body of an organism, which we call food. A process called as nutrition. Since life on Earth depends on carbon-based molecules, most of these food sources are also carbon-based. The food need to be broken down in the body and must be converted to a uniform source of energy that can be used for the various molecular movements needed for maintaining the living structures. For this, a series of chemical reactions in the body are very necessary. A series of chemical reactions are necessary. Oxidizing and reducing reactions are the most common chemical means to break down the molecules. This reaction is called as the oxidizing reducing reactions. Oxidizing reaction means the addition of oxygen to a substance and the removal of hydrogen from a substance. What is reducing reaction? Reduction or the reducing reaction means the addition of hydrogen to a substance and the removal of oxygen from a substance. The process of acquiring oxygen from outside the body and to use it in the process of breakdown of the food sources for cellular needs is what we call as respiration. To deliver the oxygen, nutrients and other substances to all our body cells and take away the waste products from them, we need a circulatory system, isn't it? Yes, a process called as transportation. A process called as transportation. It is a circulatory system. When chemical reactions use the carbon source and the oxygen for energy generation, they create byproducts that are not only useless for the cells of the body but could even be harmful. These waste byproducts are therefore needed to be removed from the body and discarded outside by a process called excretion. Now, let us learn in detail the nutrition process first. The source of energy in order to grow, to develop, to synthesize protein and other substances is the food we eat. The requirement for energy is common in all organisms, but it is fulfilled in different ways. Some organisms use simple food material in the form of carbon dioxide and water. Some organisms use simple food material in the form of carbon dioxide and water. These organisms are called as autotrophs. Therefore, autotrophs are the organisms which use simple food material. Which are the simple food material? That is the carbon dioxide and water. The organisms include green plants and some bacteria. So, green plants and some bacteria are the examples. Other organisms use complex substances. These complex substances have to be broken down into simpler ones before they can be used for the growth of the body. To achieve this, these organisms use the biocatalysts called as the enzymes. So enzymes are nothing but they're the substances that speed up the rate of chemical reactions in a living organism. Enzymes are the substances that speed up Therefore, these organisms are called as heterotrophs. Example, heterotrophs, animals and fungi. Heterotrophs cannot make their own food. Therefore, they directly or indirectly depend on autotrophs. For example, we eat food roti which is made up of wheat, which is a plant which is an autotroph. This is direct dependent. A lion gets its food by hunting small prey like deer, which gets its food by eating grass or plant, which again is an autotroph. So this is indirect dependent.